too heavy because we know Teros is not the fastest. That does not mean we don't have to nerf him, but still, having access to quick, easy punish game on Teros could work, except for the fact that Hazer Delta has very big damage anytime he does get in. And already stomping on the toes of the god himself, it's going to be a whole lot of that throughout the set.
We're going to see some big hitting characters right now. High defense on the Thor, high strength on the Teros, and Hazer Delta opting not to go for the Hammer v Hammer, despite the fact that, honestly, it was looking pretty decent for him.
Yeah, and here on Demons, too, we're going to see a whole lot of close calls potentially on KOs if they decide to reach. But that is an incredible attempt there off stage. He does get the touch at the end. That was an incredible attempt, though, from Koko.
Yeah, I really like the way that he punished that one. Ended up getting the recovery there and just couldn't quite conclude the stock, but still, good threats put out onto Hazer Delta.
Ooh, I like the attempt, knowing immediately that he's going to try and get out of disadvantage, try and dodge right off the bat. But Koko does get the jump read there, going for the weapon. Now, do you control the ledge? Trying to catch him on the side. I'm really liking the start here, and there's stomps there. Not enough yet, though.
Yeah, just rotating through the weapons, trying to deny. Bait out with the weapon toss. Hazer Delta picks up the hammer and will punish, but who's going to get this initial stock?
This is so ridiculous. I think this is one of those matchups where first stock matters so much because every single hit afterwards just is such a pain, but it's going to be the Sarah that takes it off to the side. Koko does get it. You need a weapon starve and keep it as long as possible before Hazer gets back to Axis, whether it be Axe or the hammer.
All right, he's got the Axe in hand. Has yet to throw out like a D-Sig or any sort of like big swing to try to take this one out, but Koko with the double end light and follows up with extra, continues it. His orb is popping off onto Hazer Delta, almost has him in the red.
And okay, still an okay off the side here. You talk about the survivability of Thor. Does try to go for the ground pound to get back in. It does end up getting called out for it from Hazer. He's trying to see if he'd go low for it first, but Koko, that orb, we were wondering if that was going to put in work at the beginning. It is so far doing exactly that.
Yeah, really big orb play coming out from Koko. Got the double end light and just converted that into so much extra.
Oh my goodness. So now this has been shifting quick though. Hazer Delta put him in a spot where nobody wants to be, directly above Teros. It's been working well, but now you got to watch out for his edge guard. There it is. He's going to get him on his way back in. He caught the immediate dodge. Duke, how are you? What is it about Koko's play so far that's just been so solid in keeping Hazer in these uncomfortable spots?
He's so quick on that dodge punish, right? Like he'll get one dodge read, and again, he just converts it into 3-4 hits immediately, just collapsing onto Hazer Delta. He's just got to be careful about how he's dodging out of basically everything Koko throws out.
So we see finally one big anti-air sig there to try and catch him on his landing, but Koko not falling for it. Granted, you're in Sarah range at this point, so you need to fight in center stage, run and hide as quickly as possible, but Koko just likes to scrap.
Yeah, he's just keeping that pressure going, dodges through the end sig. Hazer finds the side air, but it's going to take a lot. Hazer has not really had the momentum. He's been able to trade back and forth, but Koko's had so much momentum play.
Now, luckily for Hazer, one thing you could always be happy with is a Teros on last stock, because no matter what, you're going to find the KO relatively early as long as you get these neutral wins, which he's starting to do, getting him slowly up there. It's going to be harder to get the KO on Thor, but Koko can't get... All right. Oh, never mind. Decides to commit to the... stay with the hammer instead of going to the orb.
Yeah, I mean, side airs could clean this up pretty quick. He knows it. All he needs is a stomp side air. A nair almost does it. Hazer Delta trying to find a landing here. He does get back down onto the ground, but he needs to find a hit, and Koko gets in, downlight side air, and he's going to take game number 1.
Everybody's favorite two-piece combo. Stomp Sarah coming through. You were alluding to it, and it's just all you need is that big whiff punish. The thing with Teros is that he's got to commit at some point, and no matter what, you could burst range that and get that as long as you have good neutral game and good spacing, which is exactly what you see it right here. Just played just within range, baited the idea that he might jump because he just slid in and backed out while keeping grounded position in center stage. So if you do happen to get caught from Hazer reading that, you're only getting sent to just about the ledge. It's not too bad of a punish.
And great plays come out, and now we're going to Crystal Temple for game number 2. Hazer Delta, of course, sticking with the Teros. I don't know too much of the character pools, but I don't feel like they have the biggest character pools.
From what I've seen, I've only really seen the Teros out of Hazer, so it kind of just like, not so much a one-trick pony, just like a character specialist in that regard with the Teros. And I think that the switch up here helps in terms of...
Punish?
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Okay, gets back in. I think he's trying to just find different landing options away from the orb here with these platforms.
Yeah, I like the idea of that end sig just a moment ago because, oh man, so many it's 3-4 nairs.
What landing options?
He's hitting so many nairs.
There are no landing options at all. I am a liar. I'm sorry. Koko just keeping him stuck in the air.
Just complete control from Koko. He's so good on this orb. Oh, snap.
What a bait. What a bait. Oh, my goodness. Koko went repeatedly for run-ups on that point to try and find Sidelight Sair. So what did he do? He knew Hazer was going to swing out of panic and just punished him so hard, trying to get more damage. Duke, please calm this man down. He's going crazy.
He's got everything. He knows this is a fully confident Koko against Hazer Delta, and he's just continuing the pressure. Hazer Delta tries to go for just a quick option there with the D-Light recovery, but it's not even enough. The high defense working out for Koko. He finally gets a downlight side air, but look at his health bar. So much damage has been done. And
if that stick actually connected there too, that would have been mental damage to collapse on that as well. Like, Koko is just not taking too much, and you can see Hazer has been hunting for the opener and can't find it. Go ahead, hide in the corner. Where are you going? Why are you running? You can't get away from me so far. I don't know what I need to see out of Hazer. I think we need to see some really good axe coverage on platform trying to get some damage.
Okay.
It's not working. That's good anti-air, though.
Okay, he needs this. It's a Thor. Okay. Almost. A little more. He got the touch, though. He doesn't have the orb, though. Less movement here. Okay, good weapon toss. Finally, Hazer gets it. But look how much effort he had to put into that, just denying touch after touch.
Still asking you shall receive. I needed to see something out of Hazer to give me confidence in that he can move forward, and that was an absolutely dominant stock there.
The one unfortunate thing about that entire sequence is that it started off with just a raw N-Sig, and that means Hazer's probably going to throw out more of those raw N-Sigs, and we know Koko's able to punish those. Yeah, we've seen quite a few times already where
Koko's just been standing in position to bait that, and he's just walked away with it. But you could kind of feel like that. You could feel like the shift in the air. You could see that Hazer is moving with more bravado. Like it's definitely feeling a lot more comfortable here as we see an attempt off the stage, but gets reversed.
Spike. Hazer Delta's gonna go down, and Koko's up 2-0. It's not that surprising. Again, just like looking at the raw PRs, they haven't played against each other, but Koko's in the 20s versus Hazer's in the around 33, if I'm not mistaken. So it would favor Koko, but I would not have expected it to be this much in favor of Koko.
Yeah, and at the end of all this, too, the counter pick that Hazer decided to go to worked against him. He was the one who decided to go here to Crystal Temple, and not enough room there because of that small bit of room you have to work with to get that wall touch just out of range. Koko goes up 2-0, but I really liked a lot of what we saw out of the end. Now, instead of going with Crystal, you have a slightly wider range here, but the same game plan here at Miami Dome.
Yeah, utilizing those double platforms will likely try to stay a little bit more aerial, but we saw how well that worked out for Koko, right? Those nairs being able to juggle Hazer Delta.
Yeah, true. The game plan of avoiding orb because you can't beat him on the ground did not work too well, especially in that first stock. Let's see what Hazer could do, potentially get back in. I'm loving the way that Koko is just keeping him controlled on the side, though. Koko is looking like he's trying to just take a quick 3-0 and a handshake.
I mean, Hazer Delta is definitely on the back foot. A nice side signature. Needs to finish it. Back up onto the stage. Koko's living. He's taking damage, though. This is the best Hazer has looked in their matchup so far, but Koko keeps surviving these moments.
A good evasive move underneath, but yeah, resources were out. You had to hide under, which made it very obvious that you might try to jump away, and Hazer capitalizing big there.
Really well played from Hazer. Didn't take the bait on that. You saw the spot dodge in the air. I'm surprised Hazer didn't go for the N-Sig. Oh, man.
Wow.
He's just right back into it.
No, completely untouched, too. Like, did not get hit after losing that stock. So after that edge guard, just putting out there. That did nothing to me, by the way. I am still doing just fine.
Yeah, he threw that Etch-a-Sketch in the washer and made sure that thing was clean.
Oh my goodness, Hazer trying to look just as clean right now, tied things up a bit, but what can you do to get this orb controlled? Once Koko gets one hit, it hasn't been just a quick 2-piece string. He's almost always walking away with 3 and a read.
Yeah, he's getting some big extensions off of these orb hits. Hazer Delta, though, got some big swings, doesn't get the weapon toss. Again, has Koko in the offstage, and this time opts for the hammer. No, he's going back to the axe. I thought he would have stuck with the hammer for sure for the D-Light side air potential.
Yeah, I feel like it was just a momentary thing of like, I don't feel like I can anti-air him quick enough here, so let me make sure I don't let Koko get access to a weapon. That might have just been like one of those really fast adjustments, which he's doing incredibly well so far. Just misses out, and Koko finally gets access to a weapon, but deep in the red before he did.
Yeah, you can definitely tell with this game that Hazer Delta's game plan has definitely been try to deny weapons as much as he can. He's going to get the scoop up, his opportunity to decide what weapon he wants, and will likely juggle to try to delay this next weapon spawn.
Yeah, if we could see another similar situation to what happened last time, if we could keep Koko unarmed for as long as possible, it's not going to happen, but it worked so well previously. I think the main thing is just keep him away from orb, because the hammer's been good, but it has not been nearly as good as the orb so far.
It's definitely orb for the damage build, maybe get the KO with the recovery read, but predominantly orb for the damage build, hammer for the KO.
And both of them trying to stomp on each other's toes, just trying to send a message early on, but like Hazer has a pretty solid lead right now. Koko did do a really good job that first stock not getting hit to get back in, and I think that's what he's trying to go with the same plan here, which could potentially happen here if he could get a good edge guard. No, just lets him back on and just dodges by that.
Great dodge from Hazer, but immediately the recovery from Koko. He's looking to clean up this stock quick. Hazer Delta's trying to get that extra credit down sig, not going to connect.
That was so close, and that was also frames off of a stop Sarah over on the right-hand side, too. So Hazer does end up getting KO'd, though. Last stock here. Currently, Koko up 2 games. Hazer fighting for his life to hold on to winner's side of this bracket.
He needs to stay on this upper side of things, just continue the upsets that he can get, but right now Koko's looking to shut him down. Ensig thrown out raw, and Koko's got the punish.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, but like, I gotta pull out a last trick option here at the end. Does have a good position, but does get reversed there from the Sair. Koko getting back on, looking for a read, doesn't get anything afterwards.
And Hazer Delta keeps swinging for the fences. Back to the hammer. Koko not quite in KO percent, but it's enough. They were far enough to the right. The D-Light side air does it. He's on the board.
He is cooking some ramen indeed here on Miami Dome. Does find himself the stomp there that he needed at the end. And Hazer Delta had really good control of the early game. It's just that Koko was able to shut down most of those leads quickly. But there in game number 3, we saw Hazer Delta able to shut down, stop the bleeding, and get back into the game. I love it. I don't really want to see 3 Ls. We talked about it before.
Yeah.
We get to go into game 4 here. No character swaps. I don't think there should be one at all. They've been piloting both these characters extremely well.
The big thing I want from Hazer Delta is to stop throwing out these N-Sigs raw. He's done so many hammer N-Sigs on the corner, and it works great against many an opponent. But Koko, again, he knows exactly what you want to do, and he's been able to shut it down. Other than that, some good defense from Hazer Delta, and I think we could see this going to game 5.
I think Hazer just needs to believe hard enough. He just needs to believe a little bit harder that it's going to hit. But I think Koko just believes harder that my defense is better than you. So I'm not going to fall for that. And that is big whip punish opportunities because that just leaves free open times to get in.
No, but Hazer Delta getting some great damage built up. Backed away, a little bit of indecision here from Hazer Delta, but he finds the side air, and Hazer Delta's suddenly looking really good. We've got the potential for a game number 5.
I love it, what we saw. Like, he went for the initial Sair, and then knew that Koko was going to be scared. So he just kind of jumped with him, stayed directly in front, didn't press a single button. And as soon as you realized, oh, you are stuck in the corner now, you might have to swing, close it out once again. The Hazer had really good stage presence there, where most people would probably panic in that spot to try and keep him back off stage.
Light down light coming out from Koko. Going in for, again, those big orb strings, but he's not finding the extensions that we saw earlier. And suddenly Hazer Delta getting more and more. He's getting so much damage built up. The raw N-Sig works out for him. He's now 3 stocks up over Koko.
Whiff 9 other times, but when it finally hits, you look like a genius, and he gets the KO. Now, for this match, this is not looking very good for Koko to move out of this, potentially with a 3-1. What is the difference? What are you seeing out of Hazer that looks so much better here in Game 4?
He's doing such a good job of maintaining the pressure. He's not falling for all of those big orb strings. And honestly, Koko hasn't had a lot of opportunities to play the orb game. This might be one of his first ones as he gets the sidelight side air. If he finishes off this stock, we could see him clean up another one, but he needs to get this one first.
Yeah, here you go. Just exactly. Don't get too committed. Oh, well, they're working now.
Ground pound again. Yeah, he's hitting those N-Sigs, and that's going to be a 3 stock for Hazer Delta. What a reversal.
Wow. Wow is the only word I have. Like, the the dominant play we saw early on from Koko, and then going into that game 4, you could have fooled me that those first games went the way they did. Going into game 5 number right here, they picked too quickly. I think I saw Mammoth. Yeah, we're going to go back to Mammoth. I don't know who to pick. That game 4 looks so dominant, but I think Koko's been playing so well that he's going to adapt here and already started things off, getting first access and trying to get the bait on the weapon spawn, but does not get it. Let's see if this orb can actually, like, awaken back up here in game number 5.
This is definitely the best potential start for Koko. Getting that orb early so that he can try to get those swings. But man, the juggles from Hazer Delta, he's suddenly looking so good.
Yeah, you may not have like big consistent strings, but the reads over and over again are going to annoy Koko over time. Does get the follow-up, gets the satellite into Sair, keeping that damage on. Like, we need to see a big read coming in from Koko. I need to see a dominant stock. Like, it's just, Hazer has been whiff punishing better than Koko so far in the last 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, the dominant stock, of course, will give him a lot of momentum in the game, but more importantly, it'll give him that emotional momentum. Koko right now is behind in the emotional battle. Hazer Delta looking so good, but throws away the weapon. He's going for the denial, throws away the axe again. Doesn't hit the side air. Koko's got the opportunity to pick up a weapon spawn, but it spawns in favor of Hazer.
Wow. Wow. When you needed it most, God was there. They tried to go and get the weapon and just could not get it. Mjolnir needed to show up, but does finally get the K off the top. I am very surprised that Koko's the one who got the first stock out of this, but that is huge for, like you said, the emotional department, which is now shattered once again because the emergency glass break of getting access to Hammer.
He got a momentary sigh of relief, but immediately Hazer Delta, he's got so much weapon advantage now because he spawned in second, and Koko again has to try to find the weapon spawn, and Hazer's just covering it.
I believe it was game 3 on Miami Dome where we saw Hazer had an incredible weapon starve that showed a real weakness in Koko unarmed, and that has kind of been shining through here in this game 5 as well.
Yeah, that's definitely been like that's where he made that mental swap, going for a lot more of the weapon denials. We're seeing a lot more weapon tosses to try to deny. Koko opts for the weapon toss up, maybe just a bait onto Hazer Delta. But if Hazer Delta gets those weapon spawns in his favor, he can run away with this.
Yeah, it seems like that's pretty much like just the key to victory right now. But does get access to the orb, has him controlled on the right-hand side. However, does get back to the axe. I like the immediate retreat from Koko, not trying to box with him. Felt like it was a little bit too uncomfortable there, but does have him directly on the platform to get those juggles.
Nice 2-piece for Koko. Suddenly starting to build a little bit of momentum. Hazer Delta, it's been a while since anyone's gotten a big neutral win. Like, they've gotten taps here and there, but Koko's starting to get more. Sidelight side air puts Hazer Delta off stage, gets the turnaround.
Yeah, see if we can close it out here on the side. There we go.
He's got the NSYNC. Not enough.
Not enough to get that touch you were talking about. It took a while for that neutral win, and this game actually slowed down quite a bit because this is getting knocked into lowers territory. So both of them trying not to commit too much, but that's where Taros shines. When you're the one who's trying, like, all you need is quick hits. Taros is gonna get way more out of that by comparison.
Game 5 situation, the pressure has mounted onto Koko. He's on his potential winner's stock here, and Hazer Delta might be able to get another upset. He's already adding up more, getting that extra credit. Got a 2-piece.
And don't let it be you. Don't let the reverse 3-0 happen. Hazer chasing him down, trying to get a dodge read there with the sync, but does not get it. The Hazer Delta has just been going to town up a stock right now, so you can afford to go deep off stage.
He's just feeling so confident, getting hit after hit. Again, the 2-piece onto Koko. Stomp, scoop up, and Hazer Delta closes it out 3-2 over Koko. The reverse 3 games in a row.
Amazing, incredible, solid play from Hazer Delta. From the first 2 games, you could have absolutely tricked me into believing that Koko was playing so dominant in those first 2 games, but it is about the long game. You have 5 games to play. You have to keep your mentality in.